All right, this is the February episode, take 2 with Dave Shenawy. Shenawy, right?
Shenawy,
Yeah. Here we go.
Come on down, we'll show you around at the corner. Shake your hand, we're in a band at the corner. What's your name? Play a game at Capauls Corner.
Dave Shenawy. Welcome to another exciting episode of Capaul's Corner. I'm your host, Ben Capaul, or Benny Capaul, whatever you feel. We're pretty intimate, so we could say Benny, right?
I like Benny.
And with me today, I have David Shenawy.
Hi. How are you doing today?
Happy Valentines Day month, right?
Yeah.
We both have daughters, so like that we have that whole like, oh gosh, and they steal our heart every day, right?
Every day.
Every day.
Every single moment.
They stomp on it a little too, but they steal our hearts. They sure do. Dave, thank you for being on. I got a couple things I wanted to
having me.
I'm sorry. I was interrupting you.
I wasn't.
Part of me when I feel like I'm just in charge, Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about your art, right? That's the reason I have you on the show. I mean, look at your shoes. From your shoes to your beanie hat, you're killing it today. You got the nice gauges.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your art.
Okay.
First, you are an Instagram fanatic. I see a lot of pictures. Talk about your Instagram.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah. So I do post probably too many times daily, but it's not selfies. You're okay. If you ever look that up, it's so a friend pointed out recently that maybe some of my art falls into a category of like liminal spaces. And so if you want to get into like a little bit of a description, that would probably sum up a lot of my one account, columnofleaves. And then I have a separate account at infrhrstrctr. It's spelled INR. I should spell this correctly. HRFR.
Letters are hard sometimes.
So you'll see it. I'm sure you'll see what I'm talking about. In either case, both sort of have a similar flavor, but it's a little bit of an experiment to see the difference between hashtags and intentional self-exposure in that instance versus simply putting things up
So it's like
for people to find.
So it's like a parody or a farce on what everybody's doing.
I would say is just brief windows into some of the views of my daily life. DSLR always available. A camera on the phone, it will suffice.
It's convenient. It's very convenient. It's pocket.
The best camera you have is the one you have on you.
I think you need to get a nice holster. My dad has a holster and it's awesome.
You should always have your phone holstered.
That's not the phone holster. So, and then also we had art class together. We actually went to Art 2 and Art 3 together.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure. You might have been in my Art 1 too.
Yes.
And true story about Art 1, 2, and 3, Mitch's wife was in our class too.
Oh,
Marissa Graves.
Okay.
She was in our class. She was a shrimple back then.
Okay.
But anyways, she was in our class. And you always sat by Matthew Griffon.
Yes.
And you guys did a lot of rock. Actually, that was the coolest thing. We brought it up earlier, but you guys did a rock tumbler thing, and it was really cool.
Mr. Perry allowed us to chisel on rocks for probably too many hours without production.
Rock!
Yes. Oh yes, that was precisely
what it was.
And we did a couple other interesting projects. He let us to apply another stone or rock-like texture to one of the chairs. All of the seniors in our class got to do cool chair projects, and ours looked like stone. That was with Josh Hannum.
Yeah, I do remember that. I just remember like him leaving class one time, and he was like, whatever you do, I'm going down to the office. Don't cause any havoc. And I remember Drew Langton got up on the desk and he was like, let's get crazy. He broke a bulb, and the whole rest of the time was us cleaning up a bulb. I remember that.
Crazy.
It was crazy times. Crazy times in a Catholic school. So you were in a crazy accident, and I remember like you were like people talked about like you're lucky to be alive kind of situation.
Yeah,
In fact, I
lucky
think
to
you
walk.
mentioned it a couple times too.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing to bring up on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean?
Should appreciate the things you have on
Absolutely.
Valentine's, the things that you love, for sure. Don't take that for granted. Don't take it.
So any what's your favorite Valentine's candy, or what's your favorite thing to get on Valentine's Day, even when you were a kid, like going through those ages?
Is it attention?
I don't know what that is.
Listen, Benny, I'm gonna give you some attention
Attention
later.
later.
Just hold tight. No, I think the assortments of candy, but not the ones that are too sweet.
Oh
The
gosh,
ones
I
made
always
of-
hated those like the little hearts that say like "I love you" or something. They were like the worst. The
those
jockey.
that's
My favorite was getting the Valentines themselves, like getting like the Ninja
Yes.
Turtles Valentines that like have
Absolutely.
like Raphael, and he's like, "I'm a ninja for you," or
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you a kick right to the heart.
I have quite a few Bernie Sanders Valentines ready to go.
You were feeling the
on
burn.
deck. That or Star Trek.
Well, anyways, thank you, Dave, for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me,
And
giving me any
yeah.
platform.
No, and I hope you'll be my Valentine this year, obviously.
You know you have my heart.
So thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Capaul's Corner. I'm your host, Benny Capaul, and today I had Dave Shenawy,
As a guest.
and he loves crustaceans.
I love
Good
crustaceans.
night.
That's a wrap. Are you gonna clap too?
Oh.